will tell you that's Babylon. The second beast is Persia that overthrows Babylon, isn't it? It's a part of the same system. When Persia overthrew Babylon on the Euphrates, they set up the same kingdom right there in Babylon. And that was the bear. We've got the lion and the bear here, don't we? God never changes. Sin never changes and evil never changes. And I said it here a while back that Kyle Jones, a friend of mine, is going to David Lipscomb, and one of his scientists said they're finding that there is order and chaos now. Now, then he says, then the third beast that rises up is a leopard. It's like a leopard. That is when Greece, under the command of Alexander the Great, sweeps across the world and conquers everything, and Alexander the Great set up his kingdom on the Euphrates at Babylon. And then Rome overthrew Greece and moved the capital up there to Rome. So you see, this is an it. This is the world power. You say, Jim, can you show that? Can you give me something else? Yes. Back up to verse 2, first three words, and the beast. Now I've put 24 of the definite article the up here. Here is the case. The case is nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative. This is what the case means. It means where it is in a sentence. Nominative case is in the subject. The genitive case expresses possession and some other uses. And the dative case is in the direct object. And then the accusative case is the object of the transitive verb, like I see the dog. Now, it depends on, that case means where it is in the sentence. So the main thing we're looking at is the gender right now. You understand what I'm saying? The gender. Now, can you find in my interlinear Bible, here's where you want to go to find out, because you've got the original text in here. You've got the text in here with the Greek on top and the English right under it. Now, here's the way it reads in verse 2, chapter 13. Let me find my place here. Okay. Well, let me see here. And I saw out of the sea a beast coming up, having heads 7 and horns 10, and on the horns of it 10 diadems, and on the heads of it names of blasphemy. And the beast, now the word "the," let me give you this. The word "the" right there is the word T-O. Can you find T-O anywhere on there? It's not. Now it is singular. We know it's not over here. We don't see it anywhere there. It's not in the feminine. It's not in the masculine. It's one of those, isn't it? It's in the neutral gender. It has no gender. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a he. It's not a she. It is an it. It is a system. It's the same system of Daniel 7. Do y'all see what I'm saying? And that's why I put this chart up here, so you could see that. Guess what "the" is going to be on the image? What do you think? Sure it is. It's going to be feminine. When we get to it, "the" is going to be feminine. It's going to be one of these right here. The image. Didn't we say the image or the representative? See, that's why this is so important, huh? Well, what was the harlot? What was the harlot? Wasn't the harlot of Babylon? Wasn't Babylon a she? Wasn't all the ruling cities called a she? Huh? And what was a mountain? What was a mountain?
Capital city.
A capital city of a ruling empire that executed what? A law or a boundary line or a mark. A marker, and that's the law a man observed. That was on her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and she was founded on the same thing. Remember, all the earth was of one language and one speech. You remember that in Genesis 11:1? Those are the two powers. The word language is the word sepheth, and it means a boundary line. That's what it means. We know where the United States ends. In the east, we get to the Atlantic Ocean, don't we? We know where it ends in the west. We get to the Pacific Ocean. We know where it ends in the north. you have to go through one of those gates to pass over into Canada, and they start speaking with that real funny accent saying, "Eh?" And when you go south, you got to go down into Mexico, and they quit talking English. A lip, and actually the word language means a lip. That's the border, the boundary, or the mark, or the marker, or the stake. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. And it was here in the garden, wasn't it? God don't ever change. If men would start with the 3rd chapter of Genesis to study prophecy instead of starting in Daniel. I've heard some prophecy teachers say, well, you can't start in Revelation, you got to start in Daniel. No, you don't. You're not going to understand unless you start in at least Genesis, the 3rd chapter, no later, because you find all of that in the garden. Now let's go down here. Let's start reading. So we've got ought to, and we've got toe. The beast is toe, and the beast which I saw was. That's in the nominative. It's in the subject, so it is this word right here, and it is